You know, when you think about places with a really distinct vibe, Japan just jumps out, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That mix of ancient calm and like super futuristic tech.
Exactly. It's this blend of stunning nature, these incredibly hardworking and creative people, and, well, a really advanced economy and scientific community.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's really get into it today. We've pulled together a lot of material for a deep dive into what makes Japan tick.
Sounds good. And it's interesting, even starting with the name Japan, it comes from those Han characters.
Right. Meaning land of the rising sun.
Precisely. Kind of poetic, really, given its location way out east in Asia.
It is. And geographically, it's actually pretty big, isn't it? Almost 378,000 square kilometers.
Yeah, 62nd largest globally. It stretches quite a distance.
All the way from the Sea of Okhotsk down to the East China Sea.
Which historically put it in a really key spot for trade, with Korea and China nearby.
Makes sense. And it's famous for being an island nation, but the number of islands is just staggering.
Isn't it? Around 7,000. It's actually the country with the most islands.
Wow. Though most people live on the main ones, right? Honshu, Hokkaido.
Kyushu, Shikoku, and Okinawa. Yeah, those are the big five, the heart of it all.
And all those islands mean a pretty varied climate, I guess.
Definitely. It's temperate overall, with 4 really clear seasons. Being on the Pacific Ring of Fire plays a big part in that.
And that location, it also blesses it with incredible plant life, right? Makes it beautiful.
Oh, totally. You often see Japan listed among the, top 10 most beautiful countries, partly because of that diverse flora. Think cherry blossoms, fall colors.
Just gorgeous.
Mm.
But that Ring of Fire location, it comes with challenges, doesn't it?
That's the flip side, absolutely. Earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, they're quite frequent.
So that beauty has a sort of edge to it.
It does. And, it really says something about the Japanese people, their resilience.
How they cope and, well, drive.
Exactly. This constant awareness of nature's power seems to have built this incredible unity and preparedness into the culture.
That strength seems reflected in the people themselves. There are a lot of people, right? About 125, 126 million.
Yeah, just over 125.7 million currently. About 1.68% of the world's population.
And you hear that term sometimes, labor animal.
Yeah, it comes up and points to that famous work ethic, the long hours, the diligence.
It sounds a bit intense, but you do see it. Even older people, 70s, 80s, still working.
Right, but often it seems driven by a real passion, a dedication to their work or craft, not just, needing to.
And linked to that is this intense curiosity, perhaps? Driving innovation.
I think so, yeah. There's this constant drive to improve, to figure things out, to create. It's a huge part of their success in tech and industry.
And it feels like it's all moving together with this strong sense of the group, the collective.
Definitely. Collective consciousness is key. Plus, this sort of innate sense of aesthetics, creativity, and a very clear understanding of hierarchy and status.
It's just part of the cultural fabric.
It is. And that loyalty, that high sense of responsibility people feel, it feeds directly into their economic and technological achievements.
And everyone pulls together.
Exactly. And they place a huge value on learning, too, especially practical on-the-job learning.
Which probably explains the near 100% literacy rate and low unemployment.
Very likely contributes, yeah. Plus, there's this deep, deep commitment to preservation. Keeping traditions alive, protecting cultural assets.
That's why so many old crafts still exist and are valued.
Precisely. They manage to balance moving forward with holding on to their heritage.
So how does that play out in everyday life? Like, greetings. Bowing is huge, right?
Oh, absolutely fundamental. Ojigi, the bow. It's not just a formality, it's baked into everything. Daily life, work, school, social events, start and finish.
It's all about respect.
Deep respect. Handshakes happen, especially internationally. They're not seen as rude, but bowing is the core.
And there are different kinds, like sitting versus standing.
Yeah. Zare is the sitting bow,
Yeah.
Ryure is standing, and the depth matters hugely. So a casual nod, that's a shaku, maybe 15 degrees. A more standard, respectful bow, kire, is 30 degrees.
And the deepest one.
That's sekire, a full 45 degrees. For apologies, deep gratitude, high respect.
Wow, it's a whole language in itself.
It really is. Think about athletes bowing after a match to the crowd, to opponents. It says so much without words. Respect, thanks.
Okay. And then there's the tea ceremony, Chanyu.
Ah, yes. Incredibly refined, complex. People worldwide admire it.
But it's not just about making tea, is it?
Not at all. It's presented almost like a spiritual practice, seeking inner value through very precise, mindful actions.
Like a moving meditation.
In a way, it embodies four key ideas. Harmony, that balance between people and nature.
Okay.
Care, respect for others, family, future generations. A purity of heart and mind, not just cleanliness.
Then last one.
Jaku, tranquility, that sense of stillness, quiet, finding peace within.
It sounds incredibly deep, a whole philosophy and a ritual.
It really is. And speaking of iconic traditions, we have the kimono.
The traditional dress. The name just means thing to wear.
Literally, yes. You don't see it daily now, but it's still very important for special times, festivals, weddings, ceremonies.
More common for women. They seem more colorful.
Generally, yes. Women's kimonos often have vibrant patterns. Men's tend to be darker, more subdued, plainer designs.
And it's not just the main robe, is it? There are layers.
Right. You have the main kimono itself could be cotton, linen, wool, silk. Then the obi, the wide belt. An undergarment called juban. Waist sashes called koshihimo to tie it all correctly. And then the footwear geta or zori.
It's quite an ensemble. Okay, let's shift gears. People listening might be thinking about visiting. Where should they absolutely go?
Well, you almost have to start with Mount Fuji.
The symbol of Japan. That snow-capped peak.
Exactly. It's majestic, considered the most sacred mountain. The views are just incredible.
And it's not just looking at it, right? There are things to do around there.
Oh, yeah. Skiing, snowboarding in winter, some really nice resorts, traditional Japanese houses. It's a whole area.
And visiting is supposed to be good luck.
That's the belief, yeah. For peace and prosperity. Definitely a must-see.
Okay, what else? Kyoto comes up a lot.
Kyoto, yes. And within Kyoto, Kinkaku-ji, the Golden Pavilion.
I've seen pictures. It looks stunning.
It is. A true architectural masterpiece, surrounded by beautiful nature. It sits on 7 acres, blending different styles, Shinden, Bukul, even Chinese influences.
And it reflects in the water, right?
Yes, the reflecting pond just doubles the beauty. It's often ranked top 10, and apparently in winter with a light snow. It's magical.
Sounds peaceful. That blend of styles is interesting.
It really speaks to the history, the cultural exchanges over centuries, very refined.
Another place that looks amazing is Shirakawa-Go, the old village.
Oh, Shirakawa-Go is captivating. Tucked away at the foot of Mount Haku in Gifu Prefecture.
Like a UNESCO site, right?
Since 1995, yes. And fun fact, some people call it Doraemon's hometown.
Really? But it's famous for those houses, Gashozakuri.
Exactly. Over 100 of them, some centuries old. Those steep thatched roofs look like hands in prayer.
Why so steep?
Designed to handle the really heavy snowfall they get in winter. It creates this incredibly quaint, almost nostalgic scene, like stepping back in time.
Sounds lovely. And back to Kyoto, it's not just the Golden Pavilion, is it? It's the whole city.
The whole city is steeped in history, the ancient capital. It's just packed with major sites.
How many?
Well, there are 14 major Buddhist temples listed as World Heritage Sites, like Kiyomizu-dera, Toji Temple, plus the Golden Pavilion.
Wow.
And 3 major Shinto shrines, like Kamigamo and Shimogamo, and Nido Castle.
So you could spend weeks there just soaking it all in.
Easily. It's the place to really experience ancient Japanese culture firsthand. That concentration of sites shows how important it was for like 1,000 years as the capital.
Right. And for iconic images, that floating red gate.
Itsukushima Shrine, or Itsukushima Jinja, definitely one of the most beautiful, artistically important symbols.
The Torii Gate in the sea.
That's the one. It's the image for many people, and the way it seems to float. It's intentional, integrates the shrine with nature. In Shinto, it marks that boundary between our world and the sacred. Visually stunning and deeply meaningful.
Okay, so beyond sightseeing, what about experiences? Things you do in Japan?
Well, if you like winter sports, skiing in Hokkaido is world-class.
Hokkaido up north. Niseko is famous, right?
Niseko town, yeah. It's got several top resorts clustered together. Niseko Village, Grand Hirafu, amazing powder snow.
But it's not just resorts.
No, you've also got incredible untouched backcountry. People do ice climbing, serious backcountry skiing. It's got that wild side, too.
The snow must be amazing up there.
It's legendary. That's why skiers from all over the world go. Great facilities meet pristine nature.
Okay, what else? Something maybe more relaxing.
Oh, onsen. Bathing in natural hot springs. It's absolutely essential.
A core part of the culture.
Totally. For relaxation, stress relief. Dogo Onsen on Shikoku is really famous ancient bathhouse, beautiful setting.
It's more than just getting clean, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's social, it's cultural, and the mineral waters are believed to have healing properties. It's a whole experience.
Sounds amazing. What about for the adventurous types? Hiking?
Definitely. The Northern Alps. Huge range across Nagano, Toyama, Gifu prefectures.
The Japanese Alps?
That's what they're often called. Kamikochi is a popular starting point. You can do easy walks or multi-day challenging treks.
What's the terrain like?
Dramatic. Steep cliffs, peaks over 3,000 meters, ancient forests, really wild or beautiful, appeals to serious hikers.
Okay. Now something more somber but important. Hiroshima.
Yes. Visiting the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum and Park, it's a profound experience.
Focused on the atomic bombing.
Dedicated to the victims of August 6th, 1945. It really brings home the human cost, the devastation of nuclear weapons.
But it's also about peace.
Absolutely. It stands as this powerful symbol of hope for world peace, a stark reminder we need to work towards it, a crucial place for reflection.
Right. And one last experience, staying in a ryokan, a traditional inn.
Oh, you really should if you can. It's often called unmissable.
What's it like?
Beautiful traditional rooms, maybe tatami mats, futons, sometimes modern touches too. Impeccable service. And the food?
Elaborate meals?
Often multi-course kaiseki meals, showcasing local, seasonal food, all in a very serene setting.
Sounds luxurious. Yeah. And expensive.
It can be, yeah. Some high-end ones might be around $1,000 a night. But it's considered a really deep cultural immersion, worth it for many.
A unique window into Japanese hospitality.
Exactly. Every detail is thought through.
So if someone wants to go, how do they manage it? Travel logistics.
Well, independent travel is very doable. Key things. Passport needs at least 6 months validity.
Visa.
Depends on your nationality, but often, yes, a tourist visa, single or multiple entry. Need to check that.
And booking flights, hotels.
Book ahead, especially flights maybe 3-4 months out for better prices. Hotels, too. Maybe look slightly outside big city centers to save a bit.
And you need documents for the visa, right?
Right.
Financial stuff.
Usually, yeah. Bank statements, proof of employment, maybe savings, property docs. They want to see you can support your trip. Planning ahead makes it smoother.
Okay. What about guided tours?
Also a great option, especially if you like having things planned out. Spring, cherry blossom time is super popular for tours.
But Japan's good year-round.
Oh, yes. So many unique experiences, lots of different tour packages out there, and don't discount late year visits. Winter snow is beautiful, food is great.
So tours can take the planning stress away.
They can, and you get local guides. Each season really does offer something special, whether it's blossoms or snow.
So wrapping this up, it's just so clear that Japan is this incredibly fascinating place.
Utterly captivating, yeah. That constant dance between the ancient and the ultra-modern.
It's how they coexist, isn't it? Serene landscapes right next to powerful natural forces.
Right. And individuals known for intense work ethic, but also valuing the group, the collective spirit.
Deep traditions thriving alongside cutting-edge tech.
It all seems to weave together somehow. That contrast is part of the magic, I think.
It really is.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder, with that resilience built from their geography and that dedication to preserving their heritage, what's next? What huge cultural or tech contribution might come out of Japan?
That's a great question to leave people with. Given their history, something interesting is always around the corner.
Definitely something to think about.